As we began to sense victory, our allies in Europe were still struggling. After 4 years of occupation and a particularly harsh winter, 3 million people in the Netherlands were starving. Anneke Heslem, who also wrote to us, was one of them.
We call it the hunger winter. 20,000 people died in the western part of Holland. It was just terrible. It was awful. We had rabbits, we had the goat, but they were confiscated, you see. The Nazis took everything. In the end, we had tulip bulbs, took the middle out, that I think was poisonous probably, I don't know, and sugar beet. But my father and mother, they had great faith, and they kept saying, God will look after us.
Their prayers were answered, even though Holland was still occupied by the Germans. 10 days before VE Day, the RAF led the Allied forces in carrying out the world's first humanitarian food drop. Maurice Snowball was on the mission.
Somebody in the air ministry knew his Bible and decided to call it Operation Manna, food from heaven. You had to stay at 500 feet. Any higher, the Germans could fire.
My mother shouted us, come outside, come outside. Well, we didn't. We heard the aeroplanes going. Well, we always used to hide when aeroplanes going. You suddenly saw airplanes going very, very low and very slow. And she says, it's food that's coming, food. You wouldn't believe it. It was fantastic.
There wasn't many air crew weren't in tears at what they'd seen, because we got some idea of the suffering that they'd gone through.
The mission has never been forgotten in Holland, and in this special anniversary year, the Dutch government has created a floral display at Lincoln Cathedral, close to the home of RAF Bomber Command. It depicts the parachuted supplies dropped by Operation Manna, so where better to bring together Anneke and Maurice for the first time.
I live in England, I live in Cambridge actually, and I've lived here for 50 years. And to meet somebody who actually saved my life and my family's life will be absolutely wonderful. Hey!
Oh, hello.
I am meeting the man
Yes, hello.
the person who saved my life. Thank you
yes.
very, very much.
Thank you.
I'll hold your arm. After 70 years.
Well, maybe I waved to you without knowing it.
Yeah, perhaps you did.
Yeah, we waved to the crowds on the ground.
Yes. Look, I can show you a tile made in Holland after the war.
Oh, yes.
And it shows you your aeroplane.
Yes.
And you can see Morris sitting there, perhaps. I don't know who it was.
I would be sitting on this side of the...
On that side, yes. And
Next
this
to
is the
pie.
food being dropped.
What is the wording?
It says voedsel, that means food.
Yes.
Vrede means peace.
Yeah.
And vrijheid means freedom. Yeah.
Tell us what it was like the first time that you got chocolate, because a lot of the children had never seen chocolate.
No, I've never seen it. It wasn't a bar of chocolate. No. My mother had this black lump in her hand. She says, we're all going to have a bit of it.
Yes. It was a time when people found out that there was a God.
It was.
And that he was looking after them.
He was looking after them.
Yes.
Everything would be okay in the end.
Yeah. But we didn't know when we dropped the food, we were also dropping seeds of friendship. Yeah. So it's great to meet you and to know that somebody can talk about it.
Talked about it, yes. It never leaves you.
Yes.
No.